Good morning again and welcome to Manchester. My name's Yvonne Field. I'm the CEO and founder of the Ubele Initiative. I'm delighted to invite you to this launch of Agbero and the launch of A Place to Call Home 2023/4. What does Agbero mean? It is a term from Yoruba, which is a language that's spoken in Nigeria. It's a word that meant sustainability.
I was waiting for these people that I could kind of call a leader, people who spoke the things that I wanted to be spoken, who looked like me. Where were the people that were kind of fighting my corner? And it wasn't until quite late on that I actually worked out that this person doesn't exist. That you people are the people for whom I was searching at the beginning of my Ubele journey.
This is a real opportunity for you to kind of be part of that process and part of that journey to be visible to those opportunities and those funding opportunities as they come along. It's a multi-year, 7 to 10 year journey. We've got a very strong research base with which we've built Agbero 2100.
In broad terms, what we try to do is to launch the Sport and Development Intervention Programme, Agbero 2100, linked to the launch of the national research, A Place to Call Home 2.0, that I've been leading on, and how that programme would support black and racially minoritised community and led organisation.
We'll be delivering a range of support throughout governance and leadership, operations infrastructure, financial strength and resilience, physical asset ownership, impact and effectiveness, and then finally obviously connectedness and engagement.
This agenda isn't just limited to a few, but to many organisations from all over the country. We're represented here today, and I think really through a collective voice and collective action, we can really see some change.
There's a lot of intelligence in the room, a lot of superpower in the room.
What COVID-19 showed was that black-led organisations historically have not had funding. So of course when there was a crisis in a borough like Lewisham, they just didn't have the resources to do what they needed to do, which meant that the response that was needed to fill the gap for the black community just wasn't there in the way it needed to be. COVID-19 showed you that they have no wealth. And if you have no money, then it's very difficult to be able to do what you want to do or sustain it. And if you have no assets, then it's very difficult to grow.
Even if you're a small group and you have to band together with other groups, get an asset. Because when the next generation comes along, they'll be saying, what have you done? What have you got for us? Like they are now. Thank you.
We do have some actual asset-rich organisations in the hands of our communities. Unfortunately, they're not rich in terms of their governance structures.
Some organisations were telling me they didn't have the time to engage in consultation processes. Why should I bother? No, I don't know. And that was what people were telling me. You understand, Carl? I waste my time. Right? And you hear it up and down the country. People are telling you it makes no difference if I get engaged or not. They're just going to do what they want to do. The other side is that get involved and push that door open. And so you had people on either side of the coin saying, we can do this because we've found the capacity, we've got people there, and we've made our voices heard. And therein lies the difference.
We do need to have that political connectivity at our level, at GM level. We have some of that through different organisations, which aren't often black-led. And I think that that's what we need to be aware of outside of the London region, that it looks very different in other regions in terms of that political connectivity and framework.
It's important to look at and to create a structure that can be followed for the future generations as well as the present generations, as well as to look at the gaps as to why we're in that position.
The more I was reading, the more I was attending sessions, and the more I was engaging around what is an investment strategy. But the question I was asking in those forums is, what does an investor look for? That led me to think through 4 levels of development of an organisation. So this is where it starts, it doesn't end.
This is 14 years of work, pincer movements at times, giant leaps at other times, but it is one that actually has caused me sometimes to cry, as well as to jump for joy. It's also with my colleagues, you know, it's been spaces that we've created for dialogue and challenge and, yeah, sharing the joys and pains of what we're doing. And as you know, particularly when you're looking at communities and building communities, it takes time, it's not for the faint-hearted, and sometimes when you hope to have support, you don't necessarily find it where you hoped it would come from. We need to stop agonising and we need to start organising.
I see leadership, we see leadership as those people who are in our community doing the thing that they think needs to be done. And sometimes they're not the things that I would put at the top of my list. But that's why we need a plethora of people doing a plethora of things, because we each have our individual priorities and we each have our individual eye.
Stay connected. Let's start a bit of a wave around community assets and leadership in this country and take the message and spread it to your colleagues. Thank you.